Today I have a great video where I will be discussing the Trump administration's attack on DEI and affirmative action. This video is 100% based on personal questions and questions of accountability. Now, we all know that affirmative action is the direct result of the civil rights movement. We also know that JFK and LBJ had a lot to do with it as well. JFK's dream was to take the extremely marginalized in America and give them opportunity and make them viable, tax-paying role players in the new America. Head Start, Job Corps, a more incentivized Social Security, welfare, and affirmative action was all started with the simple stroke of a pen. Yes, the stroke of a pen by the most powerful man in the world. If you look at affirmative action today, people take it for granted. They have a sense of entitlement. People in my community are anti-black small business. They refer to each other with racial slurs. We have Ivy League college students that prefer to have a segregated graduation. We have the Asian people against the black people because the Asian people feel that their kid deserves the humanitarian slot that's granted to the black kid from poverty. The majority of the black middle class was built off of federal affirmative action jobs. Now, blacks only comprise 13% of the U.S. population, but they comprise 20% of the government federal employees. Now let's take a quick look at President Trump, who is now again the most powerful man in the world. Now let's see if we can break down and analyze Trump's attacks on DEI and his attacks on affirmative action. Fact, Donald Trump was 77 years old when he received his 34 felonies. Now, most black men are dead at 77 years old. When you think about his 34 felonies, you can legitimately ask these questions. Where is the victim? Hush money. Where is the salacious crime? What 77-year-old man wakes up and all of a sudden he's a felon? Now, these are just questions. Where are the business victims in this crime? Now think about this. So when I get 77 years old, somebody can look through my books and found out I did something that maybe that could be or iffy or whatever, and all of a sudden I'm a major felon and there's no real victim? From what I've read, that's really kind of scary to me. If you were watching the news during the felonies, the people that championed the felonies, they all have black faces. So what I'm trying to say is the face of his felonies, they're black. You have Fannie Willis in Georgia. You have the DA of New York City, Alvin Bragg, up in New York. Also in New York, you have the state DA, Leticia James. You know, in sports, I learned that they just don't make emotional decisions. They make on-the-court decisions and off-the-court decisions. Not only was LeBron James great on the court in Cleveland, but he was good for the whole downtown area. They rebuilt it around him. What I'm trying to say is this. If we can look through Trump's old school black and white eyes and what he sees the people that gave him his 34 felonies as being recipients of affirmative action and DEI. No doubt about it, this guy is on a revenge trip. President Trump, yes he is. Before these people prosecuted President Trump, I have to think, did they take their time and think about the long-term effects of what they were doing? Or did they just want to get him Did they think about the long-term effects for their constituents if they went after this polarizing, powerful man? Did they consider the power he had in revenge? Did they think, is this morally right? Is it worth it? Who's going to get hurt? Then you have to ask the people that are hurt by Trump's attacks on DEI and affirmative action. Did we as a people maximize the opportunities afforded to us by affirmative action? Did we take our opportunities and build an informal business infrastructure? Or has affirmative action, with its protections from systemic racism, created a sense of entitlement, laziness, and selfishness? Just like the stroke of that pen by the most powerful man in the world gave us affirmative action. That same stroke of a pen by the most powerful man in the world has taken affirmative action away. Thank you very much. I'm CC441. This is my show, The Funky Truth.